blizzards and that sort of thing. Now, technically, Mark Kirk, who filled Barack Obama's old Senate seat, has been in power for a while here, but because of what happened, we're on Thanksgiving, right?
That's right.
But because of the change today and the swearing today, you moved up a dozen places. Right?
I did. Thanks for having me on.
Congratulations. What now in the Senate? You know, everyone focuses on the House, Senator, because that's where the leadership change was. But I always remind people that it's darn near even in the Senate. What do you expect to happen?
Well, the Senate now has gone to 47 Republicans, and so bipartisan action is necessary to get anything done. And I think the key vote in this Congress, in the whole Congress, will be on the debt limit extension bill.
How do you feel about that?
Well, it's a critical opportunity for economic conservatives to attach anti-spending reforms to this legislation, must-pass legislation, to slow down the spending engine of the federal government.
Anyone can promise and attach reforms to anything.
Well, no, the debt limit extension is absolutely necessary to pass. The federal government will probably hit its borrowing limit around May. And then, if we have prepared our ground well, and we're having a key meeting on this tomorrow, we think we can get these reforms attached in, like a balanced budget amendment, line item veto, a federal hiring freeze.
What if you don't? Would you nix raising that debt limit?
Well, I think without reforms, we would have to say no.
That would mean default.
No, I think the Treasury Department and others will have to agree that in the end, the age of borrowing trillion upon trillion is over.
It's not the Treasury's call. It's going to be your call.
But for national leadership, we have seen the government of Greece say yes to every special interest and therefore no to their economic.
So to hear me, I hear where you're coming from, but if you have nothing more than a promise and a commitment on the part of your colleagues and those in the House as well that we're going to stop this nonsense, that would be like me saying, well, I'm going to stop eating Krispy Kremes. I'll just leave it at that. It's a shaky record.
I think the future of the country depends on us saying no. And as good legislators, though, 4 months before we hit that deadline, we should put in our reforms now.
You say 4 months. Others have said it's a March development.
No, we also think that, remember, the Treasury Secretary has leeway over certain DOD accounts, etc., where they can push this back
keep it going a little while.
To May or June. Right. But that's why I think in January, or at the latest February, Republicans should come together on the anti-spending reforms that are the minimum required to attach to the legislation.
Senator, one of your Democratic colleagues, Claire McCaskill of Missouri, a Democrat, was open to the idea, in fact, eager to look at this healthcare provision demand component within healthcare, indicating at least to the White House that even though the Senate is in Democratic hands, changing healthcare is going to be a dominant theme, and the healthcare law, even among Democrats, and many of them are leery about their own election prospects next year. What do you think of that? I
think that our strength is only going to grow. We have over 20 Democrats that are going to be running for re-election in the Senate. I think that this bill is increasingly unpopular. I think next week we're going to see a near veto-proof majority of the House reject the health care bill. And our job is to build the pressure in the Senate to at least blow holes in this thing, because otherwise tremendous...
Holes meaning item by item you cut it off.
Or increase authority for states to get waivers and then seek those waivers so that we get small business and other communities out of the grips of this bill.
All right, Senator, thank you very much. Technically, you're in Barack Obama's old Senate offices,
correct,
and then you move on again, right?
I flipped over the property tag on my computer, and it said Senator Obama on it.
All right, that could be a keepsake.
That's right.
Senator, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. When we come back...